Hello, everybody. Church of the Offended here again. Been a while. It's always been a while because I don't do this very often. That is my wedding ring hitting against the table. So here I am. I'm not sure quite how to approach this because it affects me personally and people that I love. There's a radio show I listen to, local radio show, Christian, conservative, in the morning. It's between 6 and 7, the main political thrust of the radio program. And I don't remember exactly what the topic was or what they were talking about. This is January 14th that this happened. 2025. I don't remember exactly how this came up, but the host of the radio program somehow started talking about somebody that he encountered personally, that whether or not he was exaggerating, I don't know. He said this person was tattooed head to toe. I believe he said it was a she. She was wearing like probably a tank top or a top that shows a lot of skin and shorts. And he said face, everything was tattooed. And then he said disgusting. And that is what separates me from his line of thinking. When I heard him talk about this person was tattooed head to toe, face and everything, God only knows if that's an exaggeration or not. He, at this point, may have forgotten. It could have been a long time ago. He could have forgotten whether it was actually true or not, whether it was actually head to toe or not. But the first thing that came to my mind was when I heard this person was tattooed head to toe. The first thing that came to my mind was it's a cry for help. And that's how I look at it as a Christian, as a cry for help. Not disgusting. Using the word disgusting changed my opinion of this person forever. That doesn't mean I won't listen to him. I'm not going to boycott. I've given financially to his radio network. But that kind of a philosophy, that kind of mentality, that way of looking at things as disgusting, to me that's, I hate to say judgmental, but it is. Now, we all make judgments every day in our own minds. Do you let it come out of your mouth all the time? That's what we are not supposed to do, is let immediate judgments come out of our mouth all the time. As thinking, self-aware beings that God created, I believe we're supposed to internalize these things and process them and not speak the first word that comes to mind. And that's what this person did. He said disgusting. And that there's a lot more I could say about that, but I'm not going to. The next morning, January 15th, I'm always on the road at this time period. Not always, almost always. So I tune in, listen, because he's very informative. He's wise. He brings good information that I take in and use and process. The next morning, as I was tuning in, call it what you will, divine providence, whatever, it may or may not be. It could be strictly a coincidence. I will not proclaim that something is divine just to make myself appear super spiritual, okay? But the first words I heard when I turned on the radio were, "You can't judge a person by the color of their skin." And I thought, the day before yesterday, at this time I said, yesterday you were judging a person by the color of her skin. Now that was her choice. She wasn't born with head to toe tattoos. I know what he meant. He meant the content of melanin in a person's skin. A black person, a brown person, a white person. You can't judge a person by the color of her skin. But, that's exactly what he did. He judged this person by the color of her skin. That color on her part was self-imposed, yes. But can you still judge a person? The old saying, you can't judge a book by its cover. I was judged for a long time. I had long hair when I first started a job in 1989. The shop foreman, the mechanics, the managers, they did not like me because I had long hair. I turned out to be one of the best employees, and I'll never forget the day that he said, "You can't judge a book by its cover." And he was talking to me. It just goes to show you can't judge a book by its cover, because I was on top of things that the normal person, the person that didn't have long hair, or the person with a different skin color, or whatever the cover of the book says, would not have been on top of. I was on top of things. The person, the ministry, the radio personality, the ministry that he's associated with is undergoing a lot of trials right now. I won't get into that, but I will say what this, backtrack just a little bit. That part, I don't know. I'm going to leave that alone. But one of the things that ministry has produced is my son. And I'm very proud of my son. We go to O'Reilly's Auto Parts. We're going to work on his brakes, okay? Get the wrong part. He goes back, I stay home. I call him up. He says, "I'm on my way." I said, "What happened?" He says, "I was witnessing to the guy behind the counter." I want to say his name was Trevor. I could be wrong. But that ministry that is associated with the radio personality teaches my son to reach lost souls for Jesus Christ, and to do it in a very effective way, in an empathic way. I'm not going to connect any dots, but for those out there, and there's a lot of you on Facebook and other places that are attacking this ministry, let me ask you, what are you doing to win souls for Jesus Christ by attacking this church, this ministry? Is it just some vendetta you have against this ministry, that you feel like you have to bring private information for everybody to see, what is that doing to win souls to Jesus Christ? Nothing. It's not helping one bit. To attack people online, on Facebook or whatever, what is that doing? What are you doing in your ministry? If you have a ministry, that's not a ministry to attack another ministry. That's abhorrent. And you should be ashamed of yourselves. At any rate, I'm not going to say much more about that, but I wanted to. Do I want to bring attention to this? No. But I think it's pretty important how we see other people. And even if the color of their skin is their choice by getting tattoos, head to toe, it's not disgusting. It's a cry for help. So, as Christians, we need to be more in tune with the human race and be ready to hear that cry for help and not just judge a person instantly. No instant judgments. And be ready to do what my son does, and to witness to people, and to be ready to present the gospel of Jesus Christ to a lost and hurting generation of people that is crying for help. Okay, that's all I've got. Church of the Offended, thank you for listening. I love you guys. Talk to you later.